The views and opinions expressed during this recording may or may not reflect the views of the sponsors of the content. They also do not reflect the views of the employers of those that appear on the show. Views and opinions expressed here expressly belong to those stating them. Enjoy our show. Chop Soccer Podcast. We in the building.
What is
What's
up, my
crack you
boy?
lacking?
I can't call it. Cannot call it. This championship week, championship teams got a cup final on Friday night. So I'm
Which
gonna
cup?
be just our men's league, our over 30 men's league, the old man's league.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be drinking my water and eating my vegetables all week.
Well, you need to be taking the penalty shots.
Yeah, my body's a temple and all that
My
other.
body is a temple. Yeah. Is that the 2024 Globe gear?
Yeah, 2023, 2024. Got the zip up.
Mm-hmm.
I got my initials on one side.
Sheesh.
Got the number 9 on the other side.
Sheesh.
Like, yeah, this thing's tight.
Yeah.
This thing's tight. I
That's
keep
what's
telling
up.
my boys we should. I keep telling my boys we should get enough of these cut to like sell some extra ones. But they like, nah, it's exclusive. But then like
Yeah.
one of our boys broke up with his girl and like she sent all of his shit to Goodwill. So like I just happened to be in Goodwill and I found one of our training tops in
Oh
there.
my God. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Your
yeah, bro.
friend is right though. Like, do not print them shits. Like, if you don't play here, this ain't for you, bro. Sorry.
Yeah.
You got plenty of teams around the world you can buy. Not this one.
Well, apparently Wrexham's selling more jerseys than Arsenal if you let them tell it.
It might be.
Nah, ain't nowhere close.
Shit, you bought them shits half price of an Arsenal jersey. Of course, you could sell more than damn near anybody. You have
Yeah,
the visibility.
little $25 Wrexham kit.
If that.
Yeah, that
Let's get into this here docket, man. We got some interesting stuff in here. Let's start with MLS team valuations. That's always the fun one to talk about. We have word here that team valuations are at an all-time high, but none of the MLS teams make the top 30 in revenue. What does that say about the profitability of MLS?
I don't know, bro.
What you
I
mean you
mean,
don't know?
I think it's. I mean, I think they profitable, but like they ain't bringing in no revenue. Like what are some of these numbers, man? Like I think, like what is this? Real Madrid is bringing in like almost $1 billion a year. Like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that ain't nah. Like they ain't getting nowhere. MLS as a whole ain't getting nowhere close to $1 billion a year.
What are you
Like,
talking about? Oh, a year. Yeah, not a year.
I mean, the whole MLS is not
Yeah,
bringing in
yeah.
$1 billion a year. Like, I mean, I guess what is this? Los Angeles FC is worth a billy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what are there? 5 teams or 4 teams worth of Billy now? When that stadium gets built
Mm-hmm.
in New York, you'll have 5 teams worth of Billy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I mean, like the guys are worth the money, but like they ain't bringing in no cheddar like that. Um, which one of these teams? Let's talk exclusively MLS teams because we know like they
Mm-hmm.
ain't really making no bills. Which one of these is surprising to you, or any of them surprising to you?
None of them are. Well, maybe Seattle is a little surprising at
Uh huh.
795 million because they don't own their stadium.
Yeah.
Um, outside of that, none of this is really surprising. The only thing I will say is that this is totally okay.
Oh yeah.
Revenue does not mean profit.
Yeah.
And yes, these teams have a lot of revenue from ticket sales, from jersey sales, from TV and all that, all the sponsorships, but the player salaries absolutely fucking
Yeah.
cratered that revenue
Yeah.
every season. And that is the beauty of MLS from an investor standpoint, not from a fan standpoint. From an investor standpoint, your money is protected. The valuation is a real valuation on what the team can bring in revenue, plus other assets that are quote unquote permanent.
Yeah.
And that is most important. Like you need slow, long money. Pause.
Hey.
Um, So, revenue is great if you can keep all of it. And none of these top 30 teams are keeping any of this shit. Player salaries are just so outrageous in the global market in a way that MLS is not. And that's why a part of why these teams' valuations are so high and why it's so attractive for someone to pay the outrageous sum for an expansion fee to be within this exclusive club.
Yeah. No, I mean 100%. I I mean, I think that's the big, that's the big, I guess, like elephant in the room
Mm-hmm.
for some of these teams is that, a lot of these, so like take Real Madrid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like their operating income is in like the negative 30s, right? Like, they bring in 800
Uh,
million a year, but they
uh-huh.
basically operate at a loss because so
Yep.
much of that money is like passed through, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you're just not going to get that in the MLS. Like you
It's
are
not happening.
just not going to get that in the MLS. And, you know, like LAFC's worth $1 billion. You know, their revenue is at like 100 million a year,
Mm-hmm.
and they operate at like a $9 million profit or something like that.
Sheesh. That's
So,
nice. That's nice. Nine
I'm
million a year off a side hustle. You got to remember, all these niggas, MLS to them is a side hustle, bro. Like that
I'm
shit ain't
trying to
even,
see what that be like.
huh?
I'm trying to see what that be like.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, oh my god, what a life, huh?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Let me see if I can find Inter Miami's. Well, yeah, because these are 2023 numbers. They haven't come. The other ones haven't come back yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I'm trying to see what that be like. That's nice.
Yeah,
That
good
is
luck.
nice.
I think you'll be happy to know that Chicago Fire FC is not at the bottom of the league.
I don't even want to get into. I don't even want to get into the fire. They're like. I mean, I think isn't Chicago like the third largest metro in uh in the U.S. right now?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it's easily
We'd
in the
have to
top
Google
five.
that one real quick.
Yeah, it's easily in the top five, top 10.
Largest metros in the U.S. Let's see. As of 2023, Chicago is third.
Yeah,
But they
and
kind of break it up, so it's like New York, Newark, the New
yeah,
York, New Jersey, PA area,
yeah,
LA, Long Beach, Anaheim, and then Chicago, Naperville, Elgin.
yeah. That's
That's
the run.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's the third largest metro, but like the franchise is like number 22 in valuation with a 1% growth. Like, fuck out of here, man.
They keep
Like,
ignoring the city, bro. They want to be Eastern European so fucking bad.
I know, man. I know. It's another subject for another day.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, not for nothing. Houston and Dallas are right down here with us.
Mm-hmm.
which is that's the surprising part to me is like, how Houston, Dallas, and Chicago are top 5 metros, but
Mm-hmm.
aren't even cracking like the top 10.
Yeah.
Like it's just nowhere close. And I mean, to me, that's just like LA has 2 teams. LA has 2 teams and are in the
Right.
top 5. Like NYCFC is in the top 5, and where's Red Bull? I mean, at least
Mm.
Red Bull's
Where's
right down
who?
here with us.
19.
Yeah,
New
right down here.
Jersey, bro. That's the proof right there that they are in New Jersey. Bro, no
Yeah,
one cares.
he said that's the proof they're in New Jersey.
No one cares, bro.
Oh,
Shots
holy
fired. Pew, pew.
pow pow, a little pow pow.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. I mean, that is what it is. I think like just from a observer standpoint of like the business of MLS, this is super interesting to see. And when you understand, if you are an entrepreneur or just have an entrepreneurial curiosity, these are the things you want to look at to better understand how and why of this league and sport that you love. Um, how can they afford to pay all these salaries? How can they afford to do this? How can they build a stadium? It's like this. You got to tuck that money somewhere and make it grow.
They
Revenue is not profit.
they are. I mean, some of these teams are doing well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Inter Miami with Messi, the Messi effect, that boosted them into the top 3. They
Oh
had a
yeah.
74% value change year over year. And I mean, like not for nothing, like some of these teams, like they might not be the best, but it ain't negative.
Right. Facts. Nobody's negative.
Nobody's negative growth. Nobody's negative growth. And that is like, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about for the investors, man. I don't want to lose my money. I want to grow it.
Mm-hmm. Year over
Now,
year.
as for the competition, that's another conversation.
Uh, you know, I mean, the investors aren't here for the competition,
Not at all, bro.
you know, that's what they don't want. Well,
Right.
like, investors don't want no competition. Like, they want to sit here and get a check every month. They want to collect
Right.
that check.
Let's jump into some more fun stuff than valuations and all that shit. That's
Shit,
rich
if
people
you're making
talk.
money, that shit fun as fuck.
Let's talk MLS kits and NWSL kits. So we know with the new season very, very near. What are we like 2 weeks
month?
away, 3 weeks away?
Yeah.
Damn, that's right around the corner.
Starts earlier and earlier.
EAFC, the soccer video game, has leaked many of the 2024 MLS kits ahead of their releases. This is probably the third or fourth time that EA has done this. I don't know why they can't get this right, but keep on at it because I needed to see this kit and I'm so happy to see it. In addition to the one I wanted to see, I got 23 others. Was
Yeah.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a nice that's a
No,
nice little come up.
that's
So let's get
absolutely.
into these, man. I will run through all the names very, very quickly. We won't address all of them, but we will pick out some favorites. There were the Sounders, Whitecaps, New England, Nashville, Austin, NYCFC, Montreal, Philly, Red Bull, RSL, DC, Charlotte, Colorado, Orlando, SKC, Toronto, the Galaxy, and the Quakes.
You
All
gotta
right.
release. You gotta release the rest of them. You
I
might
know,
as
right? You might as well now go ahead and drop the code, bro.
well. Shit.
um, Ken,
Yeah.
pick your top three.
Okay. Let's see. My top 3 are probably going to be in no particular order.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that Portland kit.
Okay.
Uh, it was either going to be the Portland kit or the Sounders kit. couldn't take both of them, but
Wait, where's Portland? Portland's not here.
I think Portland is on there.
No.
I think Portland got leaked, or maybe they just went ahead and released it. Yeah, actually, never mind. They just went ahead and released it. They didn't. Portland just released theirs. It was like, fuck this. Okay. In that case, then I am going to go with the Seattle kit, the Sounders kit. I think I'm gonna go with. You're gonna hate me for this one. I'm probably gonna go with the Red Bulls kit. Um, yeah, I'm a. Hey man, I don't like Red Bull the team, but like I like Red Bull the brand. So like I'm always just gonna kind of be on board for that. And then I think I'm gonna go with that San Jose Earthquakes kit with the OG logo.
Okay.
It's kind of clean. Um, I wish they would have leaked the Miami Dolphins kit. They didn't leak that one. They leaked the pink one.
Yeah. Well,
But
they
yeah,
just released that one. That's on the store and everything. They like, we about to get this messy money real quick.
yeah, they don't give a fuck about
They're
none of
gonna
that.
use the messy money to print all the other ones.
Yeah. Hey man, that's a bag.
Oh my
That is a
god.
bag. So yeah, I'll go Seattle, Red Bull, and the OG San Jose.
Okay, Seattle Red Bull and San Jose. I am going in no particular order, but I'm picking the home team first. That NYCFC callback to the inaugural season away shirt. Oh, excuse
Ooh,
me, not away shirt, secondary shirt is an instant classic for me. Contrasting sleeves, black. Oh my god, I need it
it is
like
tight.
now. Somebody got a box somewhere with these shits. I need it. So that's one. Two, I am probably going to slide Charlotte in there, man. I actually like that. I like the way that gradient plays
Yeah,
dark to up to the white with a black sleeve rings, black collar. That's nice, man. I'm not
yeah,
mad at that at all. A lot of these are really cool to be honest, but I those are my top two there. And then for three, I must go and jump on your bandwagon with the Seattle, man. That's cool. It's just
yeah.
so different. It's got the retro vibe. That's very cool, man. Honorable mention to the Revs, the
Okay,
Quakes, and Austin.
okay. I think my
Yeah.
honorable mention. I think my honorable mention is going to be DC.
Yeah.
Like
Not mad at that at all. That shit's nice.
that DC United kit. It's really hard to consistently do black kits,
Hmm.
but like somehow or another, like this year they put together a good one.
Yeah.
They put
Yeah.
together a good one. They
Not bad.
they leaked the NWSL kits too, man. Like
Yeah.
EAFC. Oh man, what is y'all doing, bro? What is y'all doing?
I wish I could tell you, man.
How does this happen? How do you think this happens?
Um, it's very simple. Somebody said, "Hey, intern, go load this code." Nah, I don't think they gave no intern access to the code, but whoever went to load the code, and it was supposed to be like time locked,
Yeah.
but they put either the wrong date or something like that, and so when people upload the game and open up the game and it updates, it shows them the newest kits before they're supposed to be seen. But I
Yeah.
feel like there's some internal reason, like they can't just like hit a button and upload it. The files need to be in the code already,
Mhm.
and they should have like a go live trigger or something. I don't know how it works, but there's some reason that this keeps happening. And I don't like I'm glad actually because MLS for no reason at all drags the kit releases out for so long.
Yeah.
We don't have shit else to do in the off season. Leak the
Yeah.
damn shirts early and let people buy them.
Yeah. Yeah, like opening day, you should have opening day, you should have your like home kit for the season
Yep.
like in the tuck. Like you should be able to like I totally think this is just like a marketing like snafu
A
by
hundred
the
percent.
NWSL and MLS
Yeah.
because if you look at like any other club or whatever, like if you look, especially like English clubs are good for this. Like, you know, your opening day jersey is going up like now,
Yeah.
right? Like the leaks are already starting to drop for like 24, 25, like, you know, home kits and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that because they want you to have that kit like day one. They want you
Right.
to have the away kit day one. And what I think the problem is for NWSL and MLS is that like kits aren't really a big business. So they don't really have the attention to detail that like, you know, if you was really making money off your kits or like if kits were like a large part of your like revenue,
Mm-hmm.
then you would just have more attention to detail to something like this. But I think kits are kind of like a second thought. Like they're definitely kind of like an afterthought in the way that like, you know, just sports jerseys in America really are. Like people don't buy sports jerseys for the name on the front. They buy them for the name on the back in America,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you buy your favorite player's jersey. You
Right.
just don't buy like a Lakers or like, you know, a like Chiefs jersey or whatever and it don't have a number on the back. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think you still kind of get a lot of that with MLS and NWSL, where just the attention to detail on doing a drop, like, just isn't there for a lot of teams.
Yeah. I think the reason, or one of the reasons, is just the difficulty of maintaining interest
Yeah,
in a dead window. I think it's easier for MLS and the clubs to build up all this excitement and desire for the jersey that you can't get. And then when it gets near, you know, the opening day, then you make the kits available. People can order or pre order because they're all in the excitement mode for the start of the season, as opposed to dropping it in the off season. You buy the jersey, you're excited for the 2, 3 days, and then by the time the season rolls around, you're just kind of like restarting, I
yeah,
guess. So I don't know. It's a little weird, but they do it the way they do it. It is what it is. EAFC, you keep leaking these shits, and I'll keep trying to get them early.
yeah. I mean, I think one thing that we can agree on is that, like, a lot of this matters a lot more to the fans than it does to, like, the owners.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, like there isn't enough of a off-season cycle in either the MLS or the NWSL to like really make these a thing the way you would see in other like markets,
Yeah.
because also the off-season cycle in other markets are the summer,
Right.
right?
Right.
And that's
And
when
we're
they
on a
come.
completely different schedule.
Yep, and that's when they come to the US and that's when they like run up the US market. Like they basically take your trap. Like they basically take our trap. Like they come in over the summer in the height of our seasons and be like, you know what? Like all this shit's well and good and all, but like, you know, we about to bring our teams over here and basically step on y'all shit and sell our
Yeah.
dope like on y'all blocks in the middle
Yeah.
of the season.
I mean, yeah, I just feel like MLS could, for example, why are these new jerseys not available for Christmas?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Losing it.
not that long. It's like if
Yeah.
you work on your off-season content cycle, you drop the new jerseys for the 2024 season. People, you could really fucking play with people if you dropped a limited edition, like a early version of the jersey that's only available for that Christmas season, and then you like swipe a detail off for the general release at the start of the season.
Hmm.
Man, people are, man,
Or
listen.
that's what, not for nothing, you wouldn't even, and like European teams do this so well, like not for nothing, you wouldn't even have to release a home and away every year
Mm-hmm.
if you did some type of abstract training jersey
Yeah,
that, like, teams wear before they, like, like their warm-ups, right? Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't
I
if
mean,
I
we
was.
do that throughout the season. You get the military joint and the kick childhood cancer or something like that. I got a
Boo.
bunch of those.
Well, I mean, I'm not booing cancer, but like,
Yeah,
boo,
I'm like,
tomato, tomato, tomato. That's whack. That's whack. Like, if I was an MLS team, the way jerseys are like moving anyway, I would have a base home and a base away that I would keep for a couple years. And then I would just flame niggas with like training jerseys and like warm up jerseys that don't have anything really to do with my home and aways, but like it just gives you the ability to be way more creative with it, right? Like you could just be way more creative with it if you don't have to wear it on the field.
yeah.
And then you just have people wearing them doing warm ups. Like, I would have a US Open Cup, like, special edition joint that's
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
whatever, like, and you could drop the price point on them too. Like, you could step on the dope a little bit and sell more of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you drop the price point to, 40, $50, for this train and release kit or whatever. Man, you move so many of those.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what like European teams do so well, is that like their home kits are just like basically rebrands that nobody really buys.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they're giving you like 9 or 10 kits a year.
Yeah.
And like MLS and NWSL is working so hard to get you to buy their first kit. And it's like, nah, bro, like, like keep your shit really basic. Like, like if you, like, for example, like NYCFC, like, their home kit is always gonna be sky blue,
Yeah.
right? Like, and that's what you become known for. And then, like, you get your away kit going, you get your second kit going, like, you get like some training stuff or whatever. But like, don't step on what people like. I can't tell you what color Chicago Fire's home kit's gonna be this year because it was blue for a time, it was red for a time, like, it was white for a time. Like, don't nobody
Yeah.
know, man.
Yeah. Let's jump into these NWSL kits. We got six here, 6 leaks.
Yeah. I
Two
mean, it's
from
half
Gotham
the league.
FC, the current champions. They have their now classic sash in black with some like kind of gradient line pattern on the side. It's a very low res image, so I can't really see what the detail is, but it actually
Yeah.
looks very nice, even in low res. And
Yeah.
then a white one with some sort of teal gradient. Also very, very nice. Angel City with some wings, very, very beautiful. The Washington Spirit with a yellow version of the Gotham kit. I'm a little not okay with that. Nike is always talking about, well, not always, but I've mentioned several times on this podcast how Nike was, so adamant about how many combinations you can make with their new template set instead of just, a basic template, and everything still looks the same because
The
three
exact
of
same.
these have the same graphic. So the Thorns have this black to gray gradient. Gotham has, Liberty green or whatever it is to white, and then Washington has yellow to light yellow.
Yeah.
So meh. They're all
Um,
okay, but just meh. And then Orlando, the Pride, Lord have mercy, flexing on these mofos with some like tropical leaf looking
I like.
oranges. Man, this shit is fire. Woo! I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Ken, not enough jerseys here to pick three, even though you could. What's your number one in this set of six?
Um, I'm kind of. Oh, man, don't get me. There's there's so much happening here under the radar. Like, but I'll just say that my favorite probably still is the Angel City kit.
Okay. Nice
Like, I
take.
just like what they do, like, consistently with, like, the variation of the wings. Um, I'm kind of bothered that just in general that most of the league is moving to some, well, I won't say most, but a fair amount of the league is moving to some variation of having black as
Yeah.
one of their base colors. I mean, the Spirit have just full on rebranded away from red, white, and blue,
Yeah.
which I think is actually madness to be in the nation's capital. And like, because I mean, now you're just like DC United. Like DC United's black and red, and the Spirit are going black and yellow, I believe. Right? And I mean
But
that.
I mean, that's kind of what you want in a way, no? A little bit of synergy between your men's and women's team,
Nah.
whether they have the same ownership or not.
I mean, I get it, but some areas are just known for some colors,
Yeah.
right? Like, like
But
I
is
get.
DC more known for those colors than New England?
I mean, I think that was a fuck up from the very beginning, right? Like I think one of the things that like DC sports in general has kind of like fucked up is letting New England like steal their trap, right? Because you got like the New England Revolution, like you got like the New England Patriots, like that should be like Washington D.C. style stuff, right? Like, you know, like if you're gonna be the Washington Spirit and you not red, white, and blue, like you got to change the name at some point, you know?
It might be coming.
Yeah, it probably is. It probably is
They're gonna
because
rename the team Kang Gang.
Kang. But yeah, I mean, I think Angel City is probably my favorite one. I'm not really a fan of. I'm not really a fan. I'm just not really a fan of the Gotham colorways, man. Like, I don't. Maybe it's because it's based off of the Liberty
Hmm.
almost, but like, I'm just not a fan of it. Like, I think
Are you
you.
surprised?
No,
Yeah. I mean, it's New Jersey.
yeah, I think if you're a real New York team, you've got to have orange somewhere in your
That's
logo.
hitting below the belt, Ken.
What?
Are you taking shots all the way from Chicago?
I mean, once again, like I'm not trying to like area teams are known for certain stuff. Like, like the Yankees are blue and white, the Knicks
Pinstripes.
pinstripes. Yep. The Knicks are blue, white, and orange. The Mets are blue and orange. Like, I mean, I guess you count the Brooklyn Nets, but I mean, like your traditional teams, like in the New York area, are blue, white, and orange in some combination, right? Like if you go down to Miami, like, it's teal and orange, whether or not you're the Dolphins, whether or not you're the Hurricanes. For a while, like are Miami Marlins baseball, like, I mean, that's new because they came around in the '90s because,
Yeah.
like, they needed a team down there because everybody was just Yankees fans. But I mean, like you're known for areas are known for certain colors is my whole thing. And if you like, if you're going to introduce like black and teal into the mix, like I don't think it, like, it's the synergy of the city, like the Chicago Fire here with like the Bears and the Cubs and the Sox, like, it's just kind of the synergy of the city. Like most of our teams have animal names or have some type of animal relation, right?
Hmm.
Like Chicago Fire. People see my original Chicago Fire stuff and like
Like you work
mistake
for the
it.
fire department?
Yeah, right. Like the Bulls, right? Like you gotta have an animal name or like some type of animal relation for Chicago or be the Sox, right?
Yeah.
And then what do we have? We've got the Fire and the Red Stars. The Red Stars is actually pretty good branding because it's kind of wrapped itself in the city,
Hmm.
like the city
Based on the
flag or
flag.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that would be my only thing. Which
Gotcha.
one? Which one do you like the most? Is it going to be the Gotham one?
Yeah, probably the sash one. Of
Yeah,
that set, like I do like the Orlando oranges thing,
yeah.
but I can see how that could be a lot for anyone not an Orlando Pride fan. And I like obnoxious, and I still think like that is extra obnoxious.
And they were
So
just
I could
purple
see.
last year.
Hmm?
They were just purple last year. Is it their home or their away?
No, they had some. I mean, they're always going to be purple, but they did have some sort of like weird alternate kit
Yeah.
that was some like all over print deal. I don't remember what color it was, but this is not the first time they've taken a stark departure from their regular team colors.
Yeah, and I think
Oh, it
this is
was like the Galaxy joint. It was purple into like stars.
yeah. And
Yeah,
this
that
is
was
their
cool.
away. This is their away
Yeah.
that we're talking about right now. So,
So yeah, I mean it's fine. I like it, but just from like a standard clean look, the Gotham sash is very dope.
yeah.
Executed very well. All right. So more NWSL news. Let's jump into their schedule.
Woo!
Schedule is out, and they are also launching their own streaming service. So I want to know what are some of the games you're looking forward to, and will you get the NWSL streaming service app? Are you going to pay for
Well, no. Uh,
it?
I'm not going to pay for it, but the
Right.
good news is it's free.
Oh, it's free. I didn't see
Yes.
that.
So, and that's why I'm not going to pay for it. Like, you know, because so some things were hidden in like the announcements that like you kind of have to piece together, like you have to do the math on. So first, the NWSL deal did not include all of their games. So like, certain games are going to be shown on Ion, certain games are going to be shown on Paramount Plus. A couple games are going to be on ABC. Like the opener is actually going to be on like terrestrial television. So like if you got the bunny ears or whatever, you can watch like the NWSL opener. You got the bunny
It's
ears?
yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you
To
got the
hell with
bunny
cable, bro.
ears, you can watch the NWSL opener. Um let's see some of the games that I'm looking forward to. Um Probably the NWSL championship rematch, Gotham
Okay.
and Seattle Reign.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one. Um, any of the expansion teams, especially the California Bay FC, like I'm really
Mm-hmm.
interested to see Bay FC play Angel City and see
Mm-hmm.
them play the Wave. So just like any of those California games are always going to be good ones.
Yeah.
Let's see. Portland and Seattle Rain, those are always good.
So
Um,
glad their name is back.
yeah, me too. I really just think anything on the West Coast, man. Like, I am going to be super excited. I really think the NWSL might have a problem on their hands, because, like, just pound for pound, like, all of the traction for women's soccer is headed west,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, is that true with Gotham and the whole fucking U.S. Women's National Team over here? I
I
don't
don't,
know, bro.
I don't know if that's going to be enough juice to hold down the whole East Coast,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Fair
Because
enough.
if you talk like top to bottom, if you talk East Coast teams versus West Coast teams, top to bottom, like you got Angel City, San Diego Wave, Bay FC, Portland, Seattle Rain. Like you go East Coast, what do you got? You got Gotham, the Spirit, the Courage, Orlando. Like it's getting a little thin, you know?
Yeah.
And, I think that, I think that the league, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I mean, I think they're going to have a problem. I think they're going to have a problem on their hands, especially
Yeah.
if like the Spirit underperformed this year. If if the Spirit underperformed this year, if Gotham for some reason, I don't know how, but if this Gotham team isn't good, like for some reason this year, like they're gonna have a problem on their hands.
They could easily not be good. It's too much star power in one place
I mean,
on a club team.
I get it. I get it. They very easily could not be good, but it's just hard to see how,
Yeah.
with the roster that loaded, like it's just
Got to
hard to
go
see
back
how
to back, bro.
yeah, it's hard to see how they're not going to be good.
If they
And how
don't go back to back, is it a bust?
no, I would say no because I just think it's too difficult for NWSTL teams to go back to back. Like there's just so much parity in the league that I think I could easily see I could easily see what happens to Gotham is that they have a really good regular season and then they get knocked out in the playoffs and there's just like no shame in that
Yeah.
because especially if they make another deep playoff run because I mean like nobody expected them to win this year. Like
Hmm.
this was the one nobody expected them to win.
Right.
So if they don't win this year, well, last year was the one, nobody expected them to win. So if they don't win this year, I think it's going to be a letdown. But in the grand scheme of things, like having one of two isn't bad. Getting a title anywhere, like, isn't bad. Because, I mean, look at the Spirit. Trinity Rodman got a title her rookie year, was it? She won one her rookie year, and she hadn't been close since then,
Right.
right?
Right.
So, you know,
Do
that's
you
how these
think
things work.
you think they can take the Challenge Cup?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Challenge Cup has actually been replaced.
Is it
Yeah, I think they turned I think Challenge Cup NWSL. Yeah, I think they just turned it into a game.
a
Um,
game? I don't know how I missed that.
let me see. 2024 will be a preseason match between the Shield holder and the champions. Yeah, like the Community Shield.
Oh, that's lame as hell.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they just turned it into a game. Yeah, because it
Yeah.
used to be a whole like mid-season tournament, which I
Yeah.
actually think is a fumble. I think they fumbled that bag, dude. Like you've got to have some type of like in-season cup or something, right? Like I don't like,
Right. Matter of fact, did we meet watching the Challenge Cup
yeah,
during COVID year?
yep,
That's crazy.
that's crazy.
Oh shit! What a
Yep, we were
time!
doing Challenge Cup watch parties.
What a time!
Yep, COVID year, what a time to be alive.
Bro, that's not okay.
What?
Think about it. Think about it,
I did not, I did
bro.
not, I did not mean to say that. My bad. I'd like to apologize to the listeners. That is my bad. I did not
Whoa!
say
What are
that.
you doing? You listen
Listen,
too much fucking rap music, man. Get that
oh
shit
my
out.
God.
Put on some R&B records, man.
Bars. Oh my God. I did not mean to say that. I did not.
Oh man.
I did not
But
even.
yeah,
I didn't even think about it.
do you think the NWSL only streaming service will one sustain and two be enjoyable?
I think they fumbled the bag. I think they fumbled the bag, bro. I think they fumbled the bag because you can't, like we talked about this last week, you can't start out with a free service and then like price increase it.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if they were going to, like, not for nothing, even if they were going to hit us for like $4.99 or something, or like $3.99 or something, like you gotta, like you gotta make people pay something initially.
Yeah.
And then, like, once you get them used to paying, then you can hit them with the price increase, like the way a lot of these other streaming services have been doing,
Yeah.
like incrementally, like price increasing that way.
Yeah.
But like starting it free and then being like, all right, like, like next year we on like, it's like, nah, you're gonna see a massive drop off in like subscriptions.
Yeah.
Like, and I
Yeah,
get,
I get it, but I also know that it's necessary. Like in the way that MLS has their I mean, well, actually before they had the deal with Apple, you could go into the MLS app and see highlights and replays and stuff like that. So it's par for the course. You have to have it. So you might as well, do it for free and like just get people used to the idea of, hey, this resource is here. So you can come and get straight content straight from the source with no like extra shit. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this will play out actually, but it's good that it's free and we'll see what other type of content they add to make it something that you want to be able to use on a regular basis. And I'm sorry, that you want to decide to use on a regular basis, and also something that you won't have an issue paying for in the future.
yeah, because inside, so it's two things. Like inside the US, you get 70 matches, you get highlights from every match, and you get previous seasons. Outside the US, you get 121 matches, including playoffs and the championships, full match replays, and highlights from every match.
Did you say
Um,
120 matches outside the US?
mhm.
You know what that means.
VPN.
VPN.
We some Negroes, man. We
Yo, bro.
real Negroes, man.
If you hadn't noticed before, maybe this is your moment.
Oh, we some real Negroes, yeah. Oh my God, VPN. That might be the title of the episode. Oh my
Oh
God.
man.
But yeah, I mean, they're supposed to have a actual app coming too. So like, and not just like a phone app, like a TV app for like your Roku and like your Apple TV or your Fire Stick or whatever.
Hmm.
So I mean, I'm excited. And I mean, actually, not for nothing. in the next, I think they have like a 4 or 5 year deal. So like in 4 or 5 years, if like, they have like NWSL plus and it's just like standalone and all their games are there and that's where you buy all, like that's where you have to go watch all their games. And it's
Mhm.
like $4.99 or something. Like I'm not gonna hold you. I'm probably gonna end up doing it.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Well, let's see what happens. Domestic soccer is on the way back. I'm super excited. I can't wait for this season. I hope my team is good because they were not good last year. Ken, I'll just say a prayer for you.
I mean, not not for nothing. I don't have Chicago Fire season tickets anymore.
Ooh.
And this is my first year having Red Star season tickets.
Oh.
Going to support the Mondum.
That's nice.
Yeah, supporting the Mandem.
That's nice. That's
There's
nice. Can't be mad at that.
Lauren Donaldson is our head coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's Jamaican. I think we've got two Jamaican players also. I think we've
Mm-hmm.
got China Matthews. I think she still plays for the team. And then we signed the Ivory goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
She's Ivory.
Yeah.
She's not Ebony. She's an Ivory Jamaican.
Ivory.
Ivory Jamaican.
There
So
you
yeah,
have it.
I've got Red Star season tickets. Looking woo
And the
woo.
fire are out. I can't blame you, man, because boy, they are questionable.
Just all their moves are questionable, man. And we always recycle the same like stuff. Like our coach now has been an interim coach like 4 different times for the Fire. So like they always just keep him around. When results start going bad, they just bring him in, and it's like, all right, like I know what's up. Like like you're not gonna run that play on me. Like I
Yeah.
know what's up.
Yeah.
Like you ain't trying. You are not trying.
They haven't been trying for a long time. And if they are trying, boy, you need a new coach or something. Not coach, but like a new GM or owner that can like give y'all a better playbook because the one they are repeatedly using is just not successful and is not going to be successful.
Well, we thought the new owner was going to do it. And then he became a new owner. He tried to do the little European thing where like you own like a European club and a club here and like that's supposed to give you the pipeline
Right.
and he bought his guy like, from that club here and like
Yeah. Not it.
1% growth. I mean, you know, 1% growth. We'll just leave
Yeah.
it.
Just, yeah. That's all that needs to be said. And with that, this was Chop Soccer episode 217. We up out of here. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.